Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Wednesday afternoon. Hope you're well, hope you're having a good day and whatever it is you're doing, you're looking after yourself and having a good one with it. Got a different style video to start off with, around more contracts around first teamers, because we spoke about Destiny Udogie signing his new deal, which I believe goes up to 2030. So he's locked in for quite a while. But also talking about who's coming next, because there are players coming next and first teamers as well at that. Do you have an update around Jarrad Branthwaite and the fact that Spurs aren't the only team interested in him? So I'm going to talk about that as well. Just want to say, if you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us. And very much welcome to join us for the journey. And we're going to jump straight in with the contract situation. So it came from Fabrizio Romano on his Here We Go podcast. He revealed that Tottenham want to keep going with more extensions, but next up in their sights is Pape Matar Sarr. So really interesting on that. And he does actually also say that Sarr has given the thumbs up in opening up discussions to extending his stay. His current deal doesn't expire till the summer of 2026, though Spurs feel it's the right time to protect their investment and safeguard their future. So I was looking at Sarr's situation, and by the way, I'm kudos to the hierarchy for getting Udogie sorted. I know he's only been a Spurs player for less than 18 months, all things considered. Obviously being signed the following, not last summer, that's just been the one before, but he's been magnificent. Like I said, he's been one of the best left backs in the league, if not the best, and it's one that, even though he had a long-term deal, just extend a bit further. I don't think any Spurs fan would object to having Destiny Udogie being the Spurs left back till 2030. I personally wouldn't. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't. And when we look at Pape Matar Sarr obviously being 21 years old, he turned 21 right near the start of the season in September. So, proper is young 21. His contract expires in the summer of 2026, right? So at the start of next season, he'll still be 21, but we'll call it 22. 23, he'll be 24 at the end of that contract. He's been magnificent this year. He's been very, very good. You can tell the drop off between him and any other player that's played the number 8 role, barring maybe Bentancur. But it's been a drop off to Skip. It's been a drop off to Højbjerg. He's a level now. He's been very, very good, and we're a better team with him in. So when his contract expires in the summer of 2026 and he's 21 years old, you could see another Destiny Udogie situation coming in there, right? But then the key point on that report was, it's kind of like extensions. There's plural coming up. So I thought, okay, well, who else have we got? So in the summer coming of 2024, we've got Eric Dyer, Ivan Perisic, Hugo Lloris and Brandon Austin, none of which will be continued on. You got to think, I would say the wages between the three of them, I think Perisic is on like 180 grand a week or something stupid, because we've got one on free. I would say between the three of them, you're looking anywhere between £350,000 and £400,000 a week. Because I'd assume Lloris is probably on about hundreds, Dyer's on probably about 70, 80. Brandon Austin maybe on 10, something like that. Somewhere between 350 and 400, I reckon. So you're saving a lot of money on that. You're saving, let's say it's £400,000 a week. You're saving 1.6 a month. You're saving over 10 months. You're saving 16 mil. You're saving what? Just over £19 million on those four guys a year, right? But then when you fast forward to the summer of 2025, there are some names here that you're going to be wary of. Heung-min Son, but we do have an option to extend, which I think they'll take to the summer of 2026. But obviously, he's 31, and he will be 32 come the summer. So something to keep an eye on there. Obviously, we all love Sonny, but he's not exactly getting younger. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who I think gets moved in the summer anyway. I don't think he gets extended. He'll be 29 in the summer anyway. That's the right time to move on from players who are not your main players. It's different when it's Harry Kane or Sonny. It's different when they're the main guys. But he's not. Move him on. Cash in. 20 odd million. Off you go. Ryan Sessegnon, I want to come back to that in a minute. Ben Davies, when you think Ben Davies, he'll be 31 in April, so still in this season he'll be 31. He'll be 32 by the end of that contract. I think this might be a summer they move him on. They might extend him for a year, maybe, and then move him on the following summer, but I don't see him being around for the long term. Maybe next year, maybe the year after as a maximum, but Now, you're not going to be handing out a 3-year deal to Ben Davies, right? Giovanni Celso, again, it might be a similar situation to Højbjerg. You know, if you're not completely sold on him, I can't see him moving in January, but if you're not completely sold on him by the summer, I do think you move on from Gio. You cash in another sort of 20, 25 million, kind of like a Højbjerg, cash in, take that money, replenish the midfield with sort of younger, more developable, a bit to have more players that are able to be developed. English was failing me there. You know what I'm talking about. Fraser Forster, obviously, yeah, extended his contract recently. Good for a third place keeper. No issues if they extend him a little bit further, to be honest. That's what Man City do with Scott Carson. No issues if we do it, to be honest. And Alfie Whiteman, again, problem is we haven't seen any of these keepers, and they're just keeping around. I'd probably say he might get moved on this summer, maybe. I don't know. He's not exactly... he's probably... the third or fourth choice at the moment with Lloris. I mean, Lloris will be gone, but I can see him being moved on. So yeah, when you look at that list, Ben Davies might get extended, maybe Fraser Forster, maybe Sonny, but I think Sonny will have the option picked up for the extension. I want to talk about Ryan Sessegnon in a little bit more detail because, look, Sessegnon is 23, very young still, very, very young. He's been around in football for a long time now, and you know, he will be 24, come the end of this season. He'll be 25 coming into next season. Injuries have, derailed, robbed what we were expecting to see of Sess. I'm hoping that we can get Sess fit. Let's see what Ange can do with him, because I think it's only fair that we see what he's like in this new system, because he's played in a wing-back system. He's played under some pretty negative football coaches, It'd be nice to see him with a bit more of an attacking coach, because he, in theory, is still a left winger. He's still an attacker. You may not see it as much as Spurs, but he was at Fulham. So I think, let's see what he's got. If it's not there, next summer, you move him on. You try and get a few quid from him, because I don't think his market's going to be huge with the fact his injury record is so dire. Move him on, bring a new left-back in to replace him. There you go, there's your left-back area sorted. But if he turns out that he can stay fit, he looks good in this system, then there you go, there's your backup left-back to Destiny Udogie. When you've got Ben Davies that maybe floats between the two, it's not the worst idea. When you look at the summer of 2026, you've got some big old names in here, okay? So you've got Rodrigo Bentancur, who, summer of 2026, you think we're 2023 right now, he'll be 27 basically at the start of next season. He'll be, 28, 29 by the end of that contract. I can see him getting an extension, to be fair. 2-3 year. Absolutely can see him getting extended. Obviously, we talked about Pape Matar Sarr. Yves Bissouma, look, Yves will be coming at the start of the season following that one. We're talking about being in 2023 right now. He'll be 20. He'll still be 27 at the start of next season, but quickly into that, it'll be 28. It'll be about 30. Again, I could probably maybe see him getting a few years extended. He might be moved on by the end of that. I don't know. I wouldn't want him to be moved on. I think he's a proper player, but I can see him being extended. Emerson, a little bit younger, being at 24 now. His birthday's next month. His birthday's a month tomorrow. There you go. Happy birthday, Emerson, a month tomorrow. I see him being moved on this summer, to be honest. I just think he's all right. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's easily a Premier League level player. There's nothing wrong with that. But if we want to kick on to be, what we all want from our football club, to be a top team, would he really get minutes at any other top club? Wouldn't at Man City. Wouldn't at Arsenal. Wouldn't Liverpool. Well, unless Liverpool wanted him as like a proper reserve player, but he doesn't suit Liverpool anyway. Chelsea, only because Reece James is never fit, but let's be honest, no. Man United, Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, I think, can offer you more, because Wan-Bissaka defensively is brilliant. Dalot can offer you left back and right back. He's all right going forward. I wouldn't see him at them as well. So I see him being moved on. I know there was that talk of Dumfries coming back the other way, but I don't see it. But yeah, I can see him being moved on. And Brian Hill, obviously, he's 22, he'll be 23 in February. His birthday's 2 weeks before mine, exactly. We'll have to wait and see, because come January, what situation, if we go and get two wingers or attackers, might be the odd man out. But I think we've seen some decent flashes from Brian Hill in this system. I wouldn't mind seeing just a little bit more to see if it works. I haven't seen it yet, so I need to see a little bit more. 3, 4, 5 more games, just to kind of see, maybe an FA Cup game as well. Kind of like see, you know, we got Burnley at home. Let's see what he's like with an FA Cup atmosphere as well. And I want to see a little bit more of that. So yeah, on him, it'd be interesting. I don't know. But yeah, that's just all the contracts really. There's quite a few. I mean, I didn't go into 2027. I think Romero's in there. I think there's a few other players, but that's so far off, I'm not too worried. But I expect, you know, maybe 2 or 3 of those to get extended, to be honest. Let's just quickly finish off with some Jarrad Branthwaite news. It came from Ekra and Connor, who said that Newcastle United and Manchester United are monitoring the situation of Everton's 21-year-old English defender, Jarrad Branthwaite. Now, look, he's a solid player. I've talked about him already. He's a solid player. I'm not surprised both clubs would be interested in him. I think Man United probably going to be moving on from Moran. Do they go and get Todibo? They probably still want to bring in new legs into there because I don't think Lindelof or Maguire is really at it. Player of the month for Maguire, great, but he's been rubbish for Man United for a while now. So, you know, you could have him and Todibo at centre-half, which actually I quite like for them, to be honest. I'd like it for us even, you know, to have them as 2 centre-half options. For Newcastle, again, you know, they've got a lot of homegrown players in that group. You think Dan Burns one, you think Jamal Lascelles, you think of Anthony Gordon, Callum Wilson, Miley. It all goes on and on and on, right? But you add more to it. It gives you the ability to then just keep going and get, you know, non-EU players from Europe who don't count into that group because you've got such a big base of youth players and, you know, homegrown players. So it's smart for them as well. But again, if we're serious on him, the longer we leave it, the less likely we're going to get him. That's the thing I'd say about that. That's the thing I'd say about a lot of the centre-halves we're linked to. If the longer we leave it, we ain't getting him. Simple as that. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, hope you enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section below your thoughts and feelings about these contracts, who you think would get extended, who you want to get extended. Obviously, news on Jarrad Branthwaite. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about the interest from other Premier League rivals. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.